IMT Conversations with Rhod Tecson. An incisive and sharp discussion of today's current issues. Ang pagpadayon sa duwa ka dekada nga serbisyo publiko. IMT Conversations with Rhod Tecson.
Philippines, good afternoon. My name is Rhod Tecson and this is IMT Conversations on IMT News. Kaupod natin sa sining mga tinihan live ang amay sa Department of Agriculture. Si Department of Agriculture Secretary William D. Dar. Sir, mayong hapon.
Mayong hapon, Rod, at sa lahat po na taga Iloilo at Region 6.
Sir, this is a rare opportunity na makasama namin kayo. Ilang katanungan lang po. Yung pandemic ay nag-prove kung gaano ka-importante yung agriculture sa atin. And with what happened, ano ba yung mga adjustments or meron na tayong nagawang adjustments sa mga policy natin to suit the current pandemic situation?
Malaki pong adjustments ang nagawa po as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. At nung entrada po ng COVID-19, minabuti natin i-reformulate yung policy framework. So today itong last 2 years ng pandemic ay yun ay sinusundan po natin yung paano maging mas resilient ang Pilipino and mas food secure in the light of this COVID-19 pandemic. And lo and behold, walang pilahan. That's the bottom line. Mayroon sapat na pagkain at minabuti po natin na i-balanse. Of course, gusto natin mataas ang local food production at kung ano po yung kulang, yun ay sinusupply augment natin yung galing ibang bansa. Ganun po ang ating polisiya natin at nakasurvive naman tayo itong last 2 years.
Now, hindi pa tapos yung pandemic. Ito na naman yung gera sa Ukraine at Russia that is affecting the whole world. And then, dito sa atin, immediate talaga yung very high fuel prices. Ano po yung ginagawa natin sa ngayon to mitigate the impact ng rising feed cost and fertilizer prices?
Malaki po ang mga, pinag-igting pa natin itong attention and focus given Philippine agriculture as a result of the Ukraine crisis. Dumadami yung problema. I would call today na the world is in crisis, tayo rin kasama doon. So, i-elevate natin yung Plan Program Part 2. Meaning, kung ganong ka-focus po tayo nung pandemya, ay tinataas pa natin yung level. At kailangan natin ng additional resources and the President has already approved yung recommendation po natin with 5 focus areas. Yung pamimigay po ng mga fertilizer subsidy in a big way. Yung pagigtingin pa natin yung urban, peri-urban agriculture so that dagdag doon sa mga commercial production sa countryside. Pag pinagsama po yun ay mas mataas po yung level. At ma-afford naman ang mga consuming public yung presyo ng pagkain. Pangatlo po yung local feeds formulation and production. Marami na rin technologies dito na naisagawa ng mga research institute. So i-upscale na natin at para meron pa rin sapat na mga feeds para sa livestock industry. Kasama na yun yung aquaculture. Pangatlo po yung, or pangapat na, yung aquaculture and mariculture ay dagdagan pa ang suporta para masustain, may pataas po natin yung fish supply na ating bansa at yung food mobilization. So in areas na may surplus, immobilize natin through our kadiwa niya kita. So, ganun po, pinag-iting rin natin yung buffer stocking na ngayon presently 9 days lang under NFA. Ngayon, the provincial local governments are now advised to do buffer stocking for their own constituencies. Pagbibigay ang gobyerno ng concessional loans coming from Non-Bank of the Philippines at DBP.
Okay. So, hindi na bago yung urban farming, but bigla ngayon, sabi mo nga, nasa 5, kasama siya sa 5 focus area. Parang ibig sabihin nun, yung ating farming ay from the countryside will be moving in sa cities.
On top of the countryside farming, community and commercial farming, massive naman yung urban and peri-urban para yung level ng food production ay mas mataas. Kung ako ang objective ko yan.
Okay.
So, encouraging everyone, every Filipino to become plantitos, plantitas.
Is this an additional load sa mga regional offices ng DA?
Yes. You know, yung mga regional field offices ay nag-a-adapt, nag-a-adjust sa mga additional assignments at palagi namin sinasabi na priority natin, titignan natin at doon tayo mag-focus.
Sir, the trust of DA is clustering. Ano nang estado nito? At paano natin nasusolusyohan ang hindi pa naaabot ng policy like the small farmers?
Well, the small farmers will always be the major focus ng ating mga policies and programs and projects. Sila po yung unang nakakatanggap ng ayuda, kagaya Rice Farmers Financial Assistance. Last year ay nag-distribute tayo ng almost 7.6 billion pesos. Dagdagan na naman this year, mga 8.9 billion pesos. So, yung rice farmers na nagsasaka 2 hektarya pababa, ay sila po yung nakakatanggap. Pangatlong taon na ito ngayon. Mayroon tayong ibibigay ngayon fuel subsidy para sa corn farmers naman na qualified sa mangingisda. So we are targeting total 349,000 of them. Mayroon budget, first tranche 500 million, yung second tranche 600 million. So yun lahat po ay nakatoka while encouraging the private sector to get engaged in business kasi mayroon silang kapital, mayroon technology, may management know-how. At sila po yung engaged in high-value agriculture at even export potential nandun.
So, pag-usapan natin yung bird flu and swine fever. Ano nang estado ng pag-control natin dito?
Mabuti at natanong yan, we are in control. Mayroon mga, nakita po namin yung from the origin ay mayroon nadala na ducks. Ganun po ang yung pagtaas ng numero ng areas na apektado. But now under control na, we have the protocols, we follow the protocols, at saka we continue to advise the public, mas lalo na yung mga may poultry, na mayroon naman dapat biosafety protocols para hindi makarating yung problema sa kanila. And those who are having these biosafety protocols ay hindi po sila apektado.
Saan to pasok ngayon si agritourism in the light ng pandemic?
Well, agritourism, much more we are opening the economy. Farm tourism is becoming an important strategy. So, minabuti po natin yung mga rural areas, urban areas ay magiging attraction na rin. At ang dami ng gustong Filipinos na gustong pumunta sa rural areas at magbisita sa mga farm tourism areas.
Sir, let's go local. Nandito ka ngayon sa Iloilo. Ano ang magandang balita na dala mo sa amin sa Western Visayas?
Opo, mayroon pa rin kaming ibibigay na ayuda gamit na hindi pa naibigay yung Rice Farmers Financial Assistance. So, Iloilo ay mga 40,000 farmers will benefit. So, in any time now,
That's in cash?
that's in cash. There are 5,000 each. And the Land Bank of the Philippines will now be able to give that out over the counter.
So, it's 40,000 ng mga farmers. Ito yung ating
Rice farmers.
Yung rice farmers. Ito yung magandang balita sa pagdating mo ngayon.
Opo.
Aha.
At pag na-receive na yan, ay susunod itong later part of April, ay bibigyan rin namin ulit hanggat Mayo yung para sa taon nito, additional 5,000.
That's indeed good news. Sa pagtatapos ng term ni PRRD at itong administration, ano ang ating nabot based sa mga target ng departamento? Are we now having food stability in the country? Are we now investing more on research-based agriculture? Are we now ready for a severe problem like this COVID-19 in the generations to come?
Alam ninyo, maraming record production ang Pilipinas simula sa rice. Noong 2019, pag-upo ko, tinignan ko yung datos, nasa 87% tayo self-sufficient sa rice based on local production. So year after year, last year we had a new record harvest, 19.96 million metric tons, and that's the highest. So this year, even with this challenge, we are targeting higher, so reaching 20 million metric tons. Ganon din sa mais, we have new record harvest. We have to up our production. We are only at the 60% self-sufficiency sa corn. Sa vegetables, 100% na tayo. Abot na. Laman lang, pag may bagyo yun, you have to, may problema kung yung nasa field, they will be devastated, of course, by typhoon strong ones. Sa fisheries, may kunting pagkukulang pa. That's why aquaculture and mariculture is being given attention now. Even our municipal fishing areas, our fisher folks are being assisted in a big way. So, gusto kong sabihin in relation to the question is, while we are doing our best, base dun sa resources na or budget na binigay sa Department of Agriculture, what I can say strongly here is that looking at these last 40 years, napabayaan ang sektor ng agrikultura. Gawa o kunti yung budget na binibigay. As I've said, I can only do as much as we could base dun sa binigay na budget, but we can do much more. Kagaya sa rice, 92% na kami tayo sa bansa. Pero marami pa rin mga areas of improvement na dapat gawin. We still need 1.2 million hectares needing irrigation systems development. Kung gusto natin na ang Pilipinas can produce 100% rice na ating bansa. So depende sa budget. Then, alam natin, you cannot squeeze out of something from nothing or little. So, ganun po, high value agriculture, this is the low-hanging fruits. Pero ang budget sa high value agriculture ay kukunti, 1.5 billion. If you have 10 to 15 high priority commodities, wala na, kukunti. So, fisheries, for example, ang lawak ng fisheries natin, only 4 billion. Ang livestock, more than 1 billion. Ngayon lang taon, because of PSF, dinagdagan ng budget, 4 billion. So, I can safely and strongly say na talagang napabayaan ng sektor agrikultura, and I pray that this next administration can see this in the light of really for the near term ensure food security, for the long term ensuring food sovereignty. At kailangan natin, itaas natin ang local food production para makasurvive in times of crisis like what we have today. Dagdagan ng budget, significant budget. Today, the Department of Agriculture has only about 85.5 billion pesos. We need to triple that to make significant headway.
Sir, patapos na sana, pero na-mention mo, food sovereignty. For the purpose and benefit ng ating mga viewers, ano yung food sovereignty?
Yes. You know, itong pandemya, mag-isip-isip tayo na kung wala at hindi sapat yung pagkain at tayo lang ay nagdedepende sa global trade, ay alam naman ninyo, with the war in Ukraine, sumama pa, compounded na yung sitwasyon. So, kahit may pera ka ngayon, wala ka naman mabili sa merkado globally. Yun ang ibig sabihin. So, what's the best way forward? In the long term, you develop your agriculture. You have to give the significant budget to your agriculture para you can go nearer 100% what is needed by the country.
Ensure independent tayo. Kira mo sa labas,
Yes.
buhay pa din tayo.
Buhay pa rin tayo. Kaya naman natin yan eh. I just came from Bangladesh 3 weeks ago. Bangladesh was a basket case in the 70s, early 80s. Where are they today? They are now 100% self-sufficient in their food because their government had the political will to give top priority to agriculture and they budgeted significantly agriculture. Ganun po dapat sana dito sa bansa natin para hindi tayo masyado depende doon sa labas. Of course, ako, I believe in global trade arrangements, but with this crisis now, disturbo lahat. So better to prepare for that long term. Yun ang gusto kong i-highlight. For the long term, we need to have that food sovereignty as a goal. Filipino can survive.
Secretary William Dar, maraming salamat sa opportunity
po.
sa akin.
Salamat po.
Ang pinakamataas na opisyal sa Department of Agriculture, si Secretary Dar, ang kaupod daton, naghatag sa mga insights and of course, an announcement, mga farmers, 40,000 farmers sa bilog na probinsya sa Iloilo, expect 10,000 pesos divided into two. So anytime within the week, may 5,000. And then by November, another 5,000. That will be a big help. Of course, sa ila sa nga pagpaninguha ang madugangan ang budget ng pundo sa Department of Agriculture diri sa Pilipinas para sa mga mangunguma. My name is Rhod Tecson, and this is IMT Conversations and IMT News.
IMT Conversations with Rhod Tecson. An incisive and sharp discussion of today's current issues. Ang pagpadayon sa duwa ka dekada nga serbisyo publiko. IMT Conversations.